as I continue my journey as a professional photographer, most recently I've shared I'm transitioning from events into portraiture. And today there's a very interesting nuance that I have to make a decision on. What kind of portraiture? So for me, I think headshots are kind of a default because headshots is great money. It's great business. Everyone needs a headshot, professional headshots. You've got actors headshots. You've got social media like everyone should have a headshot. So I've been dialing in my headshot game and getting that together. But I think the most interesting part here is, do I become a commercial photographer or an editorial photographer? I'm still investigating, right? Because what I'm finding is if you become an editorial photographer, you can do commercial work, but it doesn't look like it's an easy transition the other way around. So if you focus on commercial stuff, that doesn't necessarily mean you can execute in the editorial world. And that could be just a me thing, right? Because I find editorial so intimidating, I'm choosing to go after editorial first. And it's nerve-wracking. Now, editorial is quite interesting because it's literally just using your studio, your model as a blank slate to tell a story. You know, these sessions have to have a purpose. What is it? And therein lies the creativity. The creativity isn't only in the lighting, the camera, the lens choices. The creativity is in the expression of the entire shoot. It's the hair, it's the makeup, it's the style, what the model's wearing. It's the model. It's you, the photographer, how you're able to direct. You know, there's like, man, there's all these things in the editorial world that quite frankly is overwhelming. And I'm trying to make my way to it. But what's giving me the motivation I need to continue to investigate and 10 toes down in that world, it's a team sport. And I really love this about editorial. This was about a month and a half of discovery for me. When I made the decision to go full blown into portraits, I reached out to about 4 or 5 models. I had about 4 or 5 model shoots in the course of a week and a half. And I have some videos coming up where I documented and I'm telling you guys about that process and what I'm learning as I'm learning it. There's this feeling that continues to like, you know, I can't do this. I can't do this. This is a lot. This is a lot. Because I'm looking at the photos in my mood board and I'm looking at my photos and then I'm thinking about my experience in between the shoot, reaching out to the clients and what they're wearing. I'm sorry, the models. And I'm just like, man, I'm not connecting the dots. And I had to sit back for about a solid week and put some brain power to it. Watch some videos, do some research, do some reading. And essentially, I was attempting to shoot to spec, or what they call speculation. And what that is, I'm shooting my models as if I was hired by the fashion company to do this, or the clothing designer hired me to shoot that line. And I wasn't happy with the results because in that scenario, when you're hired to do editorial shoots, there's usually a creative director, right? And the creative director is the person who has this vision. They'll take the request from the client or the designer or whoever, the magazine, whatever. And they'll say, okay, that's what you want? Cool, I got it. I know what the model should look like. The creative director is going to go get that model, or an agency that would get that model. I know what the hair and makeup should look like, right? So those are 2 things that's out there. I know what the models should be wearing, right? They'll choose the pieces from the designer, whatever. And I know the photographer. And what makes a creative director special is in each of those areas of the photo shoot, they have a wealth of experience and technical know-how. So to bring it home to what we know here on my channel and in my world, the creative director understands the photography piece. She understands one light, she or he understands one light, two light, four lights, backlight, butterfly light, Rembrandt. They understand, reflectors, negative fill, backgrounds. They understand focal length, the camera you're using, the way that, they understand the tethering setup. They're sitting in the back and they're looking at the photos as they come in, checking for sharpness. They know all of that stuff in that world. Me, I'm learning all of that stuff in the world. What I don't know is what to look for makeup. So when the model shows up, I don't know what to look for makeup. I don't know what to look for here. I don't know how to style the clothes, right? And this is where I'm falling short, because essentially I'm only accounting for my piece of the puzzle, but I'm doing an entire shoot by myself and there's missing pieces to the puzzle. And now I'm starting to learn oh man, it's a team sport. And I'm seeing the beauty in it. And as I'm watching videos from photographers in the industry, editorial photographers, I get to see oh wow, this is super dope. The hairstylist will straight up say, hold on. They'll hop in front and they'll fix the hair, tilt your hat like this, and they'll just step out of frame, get to work. Where so the photographer, there isn't this anxiety about how many things can I pay attention to at once, right? Is the model sweating? Get in there. The makeup artist gets in there and fixes that. The creative director is oh, well, this collar, because that's happened to me a few times where the collar of the shirt was in a less than ideal position. She'll get in there and fix it and boom, continue. It's this investment. Everyone here is invested in a successful project. And if everyone's invested, then we can't fail. And there's this realization that clicked for me, well, I want a piece of that. I want a piece of that. But then the imposter syndrome sort of creeps in, right? The imposter syndrome is yo, they gonna know if you don't know what the hell you doing, fam. You know what you do, right? So there's all these things and I'm on my journey. I'm on my way. So as I'm shooting models, I'm getting better. I'm learning little things. I released a video a little while back about shooting wide as opposed to shooting for my composition. Because I find that when I'm in post, there are these magical moments where everything connects. The lighting is perfect. The pose is perfect. The facial expression of the model is perfect. But I can't get the composition right because I'm too tight and I'm cropping off a specific side of the arm or the shoulder. And I was oh my God, this is so infuriating. Now I just shoot wide and I'll crop in. I have a 33 megapixel camera in a controlled studio, controlled lighting environment. I have everything that I need. Had to learn that lesson. Right? I'm learning how to direct my models. I'm learning what's flattering, what's not flattering. I'm learning tilt your head this way, tilt your head that way, chin to the left, chin to the right, chin forward, chin down, put your chin on the table. I need to see a jawline. I'm learning all of these things. And somehow I still need to see a catch light. Can you see a catch light? I still need to see a catch light because if I don't have a catch light, it's never really gonna feel polished. The person feels dead inside. It's like an Exorcist poster where there's no pupils, it's just black, right? I'm learning things like positioning. I need to tell my models, you do not move forward or backward from this plane because it changes the lighting drastically. And I just spent 15 minutes dialing in the lighting. Don't move. All these things. And I'm responsible for that. I'm learning that now because when I go back and post, and I go, wow, this was the perfect pose, the perfect composition, but the model moved. It's not the model's fault. Sure, working with an experienced model, they know not to move, but it's still my job to double check for that. And one of the very real lessons that I learned very recently, the only way I can monitor that is shooting tripod in the studio. So now when I do my studio shoots, my camera's on a tripod. It's easy for me to tell when the model is out of frame, because if they're out of frame, it means that my lighting is not what I want it to be. Phenomenal lessons that I'm learning. And these are the nuances and little details about studio photography that I'm so happy to learn, because it'll ease my imposter syndrome, so that when I do get to work in an environment with a team and I put my team together, I'm not showing up in a way where I've got all these insecurities. Like, no, I'm showing up to do the work that I know I can do. So yeah, continuing down that path of becoming a portrait photographer is quite a difficult one, quite a rewarding one, because even though each of my sessions are getting better and better, I'm still getting that crazy feeling of gratification and like, wow, this is phenomenal work. I'm loving it. And I'm learning respect for the team craft in editorial. And now I'm reaching out to creative directors. I just had a 2-hour conversation with a creative director on how to get myself to a place where I'm ready to work with a team and starting to build it. So I have 2 makeup artists that I have on board that I'm gonna start to try out. I'm looking for some hairstylists, that's next. I'm looking for some stylists, that's next, right? And then also building that network of people whenever they're ready to try something new for their craft. And because those people, stylists, makeup artists, hairstylists, creative directors, models, they each need to be doing work multiple times a year to stay active in their craft. And there's this beauty about like, yeah, we all need to come together to make sure we're sharp. And by working together, we are the sharpest we can be and the work is the best. So right now I'm working on my photography piece of the pie. I'm learning about the technical pieces and I'm so excited I'm hoping in another 2 or 3 months to get to a solid baseline where I know all the things I need to know and to work on to where I can exist in a team environment, because I want to see what those images look like. Like I'm so excited. Like I can imagine it in my head what those images look like when everything forms together like Voltron. So yeah, thank you for joining me on this journey. Thank you for your time. It is the most valuable resource that we have. And I do not take it lightly that you've shared some of it with me here today. Like the video if you like it, subscribe, plenty more coming. In the description, you'll find affiliate links to all the gear that I use around here, help you boy out. You'll find links to my social media and my website, check me out. And yeah, let's have a conversation down in the comment section below. Always love it. My name is Ramon. I'm out of here. Peace.